Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great morning. So I wanted to hop on here because I did a video, must have been a week or two ago, and I'd asked people questions. I said, hey, what are some questions that you have that I could try to help answer? And so I went through that video this morning, and I just wrote out some of the questions that you have, and I just thought I would hop on here real quick and just answer them the best that I can. So I want to cover the basics. The basis. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even a nutritionist. I'm a mom of 4 girls that my husband and my family and I've truly taken this way of eating, and we've learned together as a family over the last 2 years. So I've learned from a ton of experts, and then I just try to share it with you. So if I don't get everything right, it's because I'm still learning, and it's okay to correct me. And if you've got questions, I'll help answer those for you. But I am not the expert. So. For those of you who love to correct me publicly in a very harsh way, I can handle it, and then we can chat about it. So the questions that I got a lot were eating. It was all about a ton about food. We're going to talk about food, meal prepping, pregnancy, excuse me, going out to eat, cravings, workouts. People did ask about Keto-OS. If you're offended that I talk about it, just don't listen to that part. And shopping and macros. So let's talk about foods. So in the very beginning, when we were eating this way, my husband tracked his macros to a T. This is before we had the product. My husband did the strict ketogenic diet for months, and I helped him fail miserably. Why? Because I didn't believe in what the diet could do. My husband wanted to lose some fat loss. He wanted more energy. He was exhausted. I watched him do the diet, and I thought he was crazy. But he did so well. He measured all of his food. He was doing approximately 80% fat, 15% protein, and 5% carbs. So if you're doing the diet, the ketogenic diet, you have to do that. Like, you have to track things. You have to test your ketones. The little pea strips that people ask about, they're not completely accurate. Why? Because the longer that you're eating low carb, the longer that you're eating the ketogenic lifestyle way, or the longer you're taking the product, the less likely you'll show up on the stick. Sometimes you're peeing on the stick, then you pee off the stick. If you're going to really try it, you have to pee in a cup, and then you have to dip it in the cup. If you really want to know if you've got ketones, don't laugh at me. Somebody's laughing at me. Oh, I've got something in my throat. If you really want to know what your millimolar is, you have to get a blood meter. The blood meters are usually inexpensive themselves, but it's the strips that cost a lot of money. So for a while, we did that for a long time because it's fun. It's fun to go, oh my goodness, I'm at a 1.2 or I'm at a 2.0. But the longer you do it, the longer you eat this way, then you feel better. And then when you eat something that's garbage, your body's going to process it. I mean, you're going to feel it real fast and you're not going to eat it again. So yes, if you're doing the strict diet, it is important for you to track your food. You're going to have to track your macros. My husband did it for a long time, and he was very successful, and he did so well. Sometimes people message me and go, I've reached a stall. Why am I not losing fat loss? Why am I not seeing the results I want? Ketones preserve your muscle. If you're in ketosis, you're going to pay attention to the inches lost, and pay attention to your clothes fitting differently first. And different things like, how's your energy? How's your focus? Ketones are a fuel source, so they help with all of that. It's funny is I'll get messages from women who are like, man, I feel amazing, all this, but the scale's not dropping. You need to get rid of your scale for a while and focus on your foods. How are you feeling? Focus on how your clothes are fitting. Now, if nothing is moving, again, I'm not the expert, but what I've learned is sometimes people hear ketogenic diet, they look at the foods they can eat, and they all of a sudden go, oh my goodness, I can eat a massive pound of bacon every single morning. Or they think, I can eat a ton of fat, and they forget to drop the carbs. Or they see, holy cow, I can eat a ton of dairy, I can eat all this heavy whipping cream and cheeses and all this stuff. A lot of people overdo it on dairy. My family has since in the last 2 months has pretty much gone dairy free. I don't have to be dairy free, but 2 of our family members have to, so I really cook with not a lot of dairy. There's different things that I use, but I can tell when I do have dairy, I get kind of like, if you notice when you have a lot of dairy, you kind of get like that stuff in your throat. Mucus. Dairy causes mucus. And so you can have dairy if your body can tolerate it, but if you feel like you're at a stall, I've heard many experts say, drop the dairy. And something else is people overdo nuts, eating nuts. I love nuts. This is a snack that I love. But what you need to do is any type of nuts that you have in your home when you bring them home, what's great is get a little snack baggie, and this says 1 serving size is 1/4 cup. So take a serving size of whatever nuts you have at home, put them in the snack bags, and grab 1 snack bag. That's a great way to measure your nuts, to not overdo those, to not keep grabbing those handfuls because it's so easy to overeat those. Dairy and nuts, watch both of those. And water intake. So people don't drink enough water. They just don't. And so I had somebody say earlier that they only drink water when they're thirsty, and your body will tell you. I believe that's true, but you have to also understand it's kind of like when your body's hungry, and then your body's really hungry, and then it's grumbling. Like, your body needs more water than what's just telling you you're thirsty, because that, I was told by experts that your body's dehydrated by the time it tells you you're thirsty. So just keep a bottle of water on your countertop, or I have the kids set a cup of water on the countertop, and I like them just to drink some water throughout the day. Also, something that could be hindering your fat loss is sleep. Sleep is so important. I got to listen to some doctors and scientists and researchers that have studied ketones for decades. And one of the things they said was people underestimate the power of sleep. Like, you need sleep. It's important. If you're going all the way till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and you're waking up early, like, your body needs some rest. And then stress. Like, if you're stressed out, you're going to have to do some mindfulness, get your mind right, find some things to make you relax. Otherwise, your body's going to hold on to what you have. So all of those things are important as far as fat loss goes. Measuring your macros, finding a good calculator. You know what we should do is post a calculator below that you prefer to use if you track your macros. Some people I've had use, my husband used MyFitnessPal. It's not specific for the ketogenic diet, but you can track all of your food. It is so widely used that it's got a ton of food in there. And then at the end of the day, you hit the nutrition button and it'll walk you through, like, it'll show you your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. And so it's a really good visual. That's helpful. But if you feel like you've got a really good keto calculator, you should post that below, because a lot of people ask for which one to use. And there's lots of them out there. You can Google which one to use. So as far as foods go, we took the approach of the lifestyle approach. We jumped in on this, and it wasn't in a week we were eating this way. It was like 6 to 8 months. And I would go to the grocery store and I would grab a box of, I really had a hard time getting rid of goldfish. We haven't bought them in 2 years. That was the biggest thing. But we would think of one thing that we didn't want to buy anymore, and we would try to replace it with a replacement. So swap this for that. Every day, my kids for breakfast know they're either going to have eggs, they can have sausage, they can have bacon. I get a lot of stuff at Costco. I love these sausages at Costco. Sometimes you can make like a pre-made egg bake or things if you're in a hurry. Keto pancakes. Pinterest is your best friend. All you have to do is go type in keto breakfast, and you're going to have a ton of ideas. Keto lunches, tons of ideas. Keto snacks, dairy-free keto snacks. Just type in Pinterest. It's so easy. There's some great cookbooks. I use Maria Emmerich's cookbook sometimes, but I really prefer to keep it simple. So in the very beginning, when we started eating this way, it was bacon and eggs or sausage for breakfast. That was it. Because I would get super stressed out just the thought of doing this. Sometimes people go, I don't know where to start, and I'm stressed out. I was the same way. I truly made a frozen pizza probably every other day. Chicken nuggets, corn dogs. That's what we ate. So the thought of this kind of can be daunting. So we ate the same things. For lunches, the girls had some deli meat, some cheeses, some pickles, some vegetables, salad. That's what we ate. For suppers, I would grab some type of meat and vegetable. And I cook everything. And what's funny is we're dairy-free, try to be dairy-free in your home. But my kids and my husband can have butter. They're the ones that have to be dairy-free. But they can have this organic butter. I cooked everything in Kerrygold butter. I love it. It's super good high fat when we talk about eating good high fats. And we also use coconut cream or coconut milk in our home as well. As far as like when we make keto pancakes, instead of using cream cheese, we use coconut cream. If you have to be dairy-free, olive oil is great as well for some good fats. Avocados, my husband can't have MCT oil or coconut oil anymore, but we can use, my girls and I can use MCT oil, which is kind of like there's lots of different options. We don't even have to talk about the brands. People get all brand crazy. MCT oil. I get it off Amazon. This is like flavorless, odorless coconut oil. You have to start slow because it'll flush you out. And so you could put like a teaspoon on your eggs. You can put it in your salads. You can put it in shakes. It gets your good fats up. So if you don't like the flavor of coconut, MCT oil is great. Okay, so that's the foods. We kept it super simple. And then when I had time, I would go, I'm going to look up a new recipe and I'm going to try something new. Like zucchini noodles. They scared me, but then I tried them and they were great. So keep it simple, write out your meal plan, and then when you have time, go look for a fun new recipe and involve your kids. Like when we went shopping, now I just did a video the other day that talked about how to save money on grocery shopping. But if you can take your kids and you don't give in to what they want, then take them with you because it's a good learning experience. I take my children and we always say, the tip is to flip. We look at, I teach my children to read like, hey, what's in it? Oh, organic coconut water, organic something that I can't say, coconut cream. And we learn about what's in our foods. I have them look at like how much sugar is in it, less than 1 gram of sugar. We look at the carbohydrate. Like it's a great thing to do. Plus we homeschool, so it's fun. So take your kids with you, and here's the deal. If you're doing it as a family, which I highly encourage you to do it, don't say diet. Like we've never talked about fat, diet, any of that. My husband would talk to me about it when he was struggling with it, but we always talk about a lifestyle approach, feeling better. Why does your tummy hurt? Because, you ate something that you probably shouldn't have eaten. And now my girls will go, my stomach hurts. I was just at a party. I had a cupcake. I'm not going to eat that next time. Like it just helps them help them correlate how they're feeling and help them think about foods. And so it's great to do as a family. We involve our family every time we do something with food or nutrition. So I got asked, am I exhausted cooking all the time in the kitchen? No, because I don't. I don't sit in the kitchen all day long because I'm that one that keeps it simple, and I still keep it simple, and I found ways to make it easy. Like our breakfasts are the same, lunches are the same, suppers we mix up, my husband will grill, we'll throw something in the oven. I don't use a lot of ingredients. But if you are one that loves to cook, and if you love to bake, there are so many great recipes out there for you. Get a good cookbook. Again, go on Pinterest. That would be great for you. Okay. Going out to eat. Does our family go out to eat? Yes. What do? My kids order salad. They order meats. We take off the bun. My girls just know, take off the bun. Take the bun off the burgers, the croutons off the salad. The other day we were at Buffalo Wild Wings. They got bone-in wings, and then we got a Caesar salad. I said, hey, please take off the croutons. The lady was like, oh, you guys must have celiac. I was like, no, we just eat low carb. The girls they're not in ketosis when my girls are not in ketosis nutritionally. My girls take a product called Keto-OS, and they eat low carb. So they don't have crackers for snacks. They don't have breads on their sandwiches. There's little things that you can do. And think about it this way. I told somebody, even if you're not doing the ketogenic lifestyle, even if you're not doing a diet or whatever it is that you're doing, if you can just cut out some of the processed sugars and carbs, like that food, you're going to feel better. It should be common sense, right? Like if you're not going to grab the donut, you probably won't have a stomach ache. If you're not going to grab the extra massively full of fries, you're just not going to feel yucky, right? So that's how I feed my children. I feed my children low carb. We cut as much junk out as we can, but it doesn't mean that they don't have it or they don't want it or they don't ask for it, right? We learn as we go. Okay, so when we go out to eat, that's what we do. We just grab extra vegetables, grab some salads, grab some meat. Is it going to be no nitrate, organic, all natural meat? Probably not, but it's better than... It's just choose the best option that you have. I don't always buy organic. Sometimes I buy the stuff that's on sale. That's how it is. And you want to know what's funny? And let's talk about this real quick. Is I always think, and I really want to ask somebody someday, when they call me out and hey, the bacon that you're using has nitrates in it. Or, oh my goodness, I can't believe that you fed your kids that. I just want to say so you're telling me over the last week, you've never grabbed something that's not 100% organic, natural, healthy for you? We all do. It's all around you. It is not hard to eat unhealthy at all. And so we don't keep stuff in our home. Why? Because my husband's very adamant that he goes, we can go anywhere outside our home. And if our kids want a cookie, a cupcake, something, a handful of chips, they could probably find it because it's all over the place. Okay, let's talk about working out. In the beginning, when we started eating this way, my goal was to just feel better as a mom. And so I tried to do workouts at home. My girls have gotten older. They're 9, 7, 5, and 4. When I had babies at home, I really couldn't get out of the house very much. So for the moms that have younger ones, trying to find a workout at home that you can do is great. If your husband has a different shift and you can go to the gym, I wish I would have done this when I had younger kids, and my husband still was home in the mornings. I love working out at 5:30 in the morning. I love it. I never was a morning person because I told myself that. You want to know the power of your words? Just tell yourself something and you won't do it, right? I told myself I could never get up in the mornings, and I never did. But I knew that if I could do it, I would feel much better. So over the last, it's probably been 6 to 8 months, I've been getting up pretty consistently at 5:10 and I go to the gym because I feel so good. My kids are still sleeping. I get home by 6:30. I've never felt better, and it starts my day off great. And I take classes because I don't want to be an expert in fitness. I don't want to know all of the body parts. I just need somebody to tell me what to do, and I'll do it, and I love it. So I'm not an expert in fitness, but you want to know something great is you don't even have to join a gym. You don't even have to do a big workout in the home, because you want to know what really ultimately is geared towards fat loss or feeling better. It's your food. It's the food that you take in. Food is so powerful. People overestimate, like they think they can just go to the gym and work everything off. Not going to happen. I actually didn't join the gym. My daughter's watching Cinderella, and it's 3 at play practice. I should probably turn that down. I did not join the gym once we started eating this way until 8 months after we knocked out our food and I had lost the last part of my baby weight that I was hoping to lose. It was all in the kitchen, all of it. It's all in the foods that you eat and how you sleep and your stress. Now, something that you can do, and I got to listen to a good friend, his name's Dustin Schaefer, and he's in the military and he's an ex-Marine, and he understands nutrition. And he said some people actually overstress their body when they do hard workouts. He said if you can really hone in on your food, he actually tells people to start with the Keto-OS, then we work backwards. And then we work on your water intake, we work on your foods, and then you add in movements. Go for a walk. The other day I was jump roping with the girls. Do some fun things. Skip with them down to the park. Go push them on the swings. Like, you can get some of those movements in to get your body moving, and you're going to feel so much better. You don't have to do those strenuous workouts. I love it. I love to lift weights, and I love the more of the CrossFit, like those kind of workouts. I love it, but I didn't always do that. It took me a while to jump into it. Even now, I was exhausted today. But I love it. Okay, we talked about shopping. When I go to the store, the biggest thing is to plan your meals. It doesn't have to be super huge, but I literally walk over to the organic section, grab some coconut milk, grab some things in that area, and I really truly walk around the grocery store and grab the vegetables, the meats, the different things that we need. So don't make it stressful. Make out a list. Use Pinterest. I say it all the time, but it's seriously a great tool. And then we talked about macros. We talked about weight stall, cravings. Okay, and then people ask me about Keto-OS. If you don't want to hear about it, if you don't want to hear about this part, I'm just going to preface it. Like, it's coming. So you can shut it off, or you can go the other way. But cravings. So fat bombs are great. I use fat bombs, and I haven't made them in a little while because we've been traveling a lot. But they're great if you have little molds, because I believe, and we've talked about sugar on this page. We just talked about all the different sugar replacements. Excuse me. If you eat a donut, what's going to happen? You're going to crave another donut. If you eat a Debbie snack, you're going to crave another Debbie snack. If you grab a candy bar, same thing. A sugar replacement, a natural sugar replacement, like something like Swerve or xylitol, doesn't spike your insulin, well, most people, to where you crave something. So when I grab a fat bomb, which you can Pinterest again, I don't crave another one. Or it gets your good fats up. You can make it with butter, coconut cream, heavy whipping cream if you can handle dairy. Like, they're great ways to use them. So that way, sometimes when you're craving something, first of all, if it's not in your house, you can't eat it. Second of all, grab some water, take a drink of water. My husband always says, interrupt the pattern. So he tells people, grab some water, get out of the room, go do 5 jumping jacks, and go focus on something else. Like, it's just interrupting the pattern of your mind going, I think I need some chocolate. Do I really need some chocolate? I don't know if I need some chocolate. If it's in your house, you're going to grab it. If it's not, you're not going to. Lastly, this helps. This helps with cravings. I had a really great conversation with a lady today who was like, just rude. And I said, here's the deal. Like, if you don't believe in using a product, don't use it. If you don't believe in a supplement, don't take it. And if you want to talk to me about it, don't blast it all over Facebook. Come and talk to me about it. I would love to show you some research about it. Here's the deal. There is stuff out there. There are other ketone products out there that don't work. There's other companies out there that are trying to make a buck. They're using buzzwords called ketones or ketosis or BHB. You have to do your research. And so what I love about Pruvit and this product is Pruvit solely on making people better. So from the very beginning, they've got doctors, scientists, researchers all on board that have studied ketones for decades. And I could give you a list of experts that are going to be speaking at this next event coming up and that I've gotten to listen to for 2 years. And they're testing these in crazy extreme environments right now. And it's phenomenal. You should just go follow Dr. Dominic D'Agostino and just watch him. He's amazing. Or Dr. Mary Newport or Dr. Jeff Volek, or just go follow some doctors and just see what they're doing on ketones. Ketones are powerful. Ketones are a fuel source. Why do I love this product? I'll tell you this. Because a majority of people either can't get into ketosis nutritionally, they try, it's a struggle, it's hard, or they fall in and out of ketosis. This gives you the ketones. You drink it, puts your body in ketosis in under an hour, and then what you do is you focus on your food and make it a lifestyle. And that's what I have chosen to do. My husband does a strict diet, keto diet, and the product. And I go back and forth, but I'm probably more low carb, high fat with the kids because it makes it less stressful, especially for a mom or a busy, whoever is busy. You drink it. It puts you in ketosis. I love it. I know there's lots of questions coming on, and I'll go back and look at all of the questions. I hope nobody's being rude. But I've also learned from a great friend yesterday that the more people that you have, the more people in front of, that one person's going to stand out. So here's the deal. I'm not trying to sell you on something. If you don't want it, don't take it. If you need help with food ideas, I'm going to keep doing more videos. I'll keep sharing what our family's doing because I'm truly passionate about it. The more I dig in, the more I study about food, and the more I watch our girls grow up and I watch their bodies react to certain things, or my body, or I feel something, or you hear somebody say, oh my goodness, my kid's going nuts and they had like 3 bowls of cereal for breakfast and a donut. Like, you just have to wonder why, right? Ignorance is bliss. So until you understand it, then your eyes get opened and you're like, oh wow, food is super powerful for people, and it's so powerful to teach your children that. So yay for food. If you've got questions about the product, I do samples. It's a 5-day experience. You can always let me know or post a 5 below. I'll shoot you over a 5-day experience little message. You can try it. If you've got questions about any other questions, I'll do another Facebook Live Q&A. I love to do this. I'm trying to think. I can scroll through real quick. I'll probably just go back on and answer your guys' questions one-on-one because there's so many. But if you have any great advice to share with us, if you have something that you truly found that works for you, something that you love, I want this page to be a place where you can ask questions and get responses from other people as well. If you're going to be rude again, just come directly and ask me, and I'll give you some research to look at, because it usually is just about Keto-OS. If you don't want to use it again, don't use it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to chat about. Oh, electrolytes. One more question, electrolytes. I get this question all the time. I have to see where I have them. So a lot of people will say, well, what do you drink for electrolytes? We've tried a lot of them. And so when your body's in ketosis, it's flushing out sodium, magnesium, potassium, electrolytes. And so sometimes people will say, I have a headache, or I don't feel good, or my heart was racing. So the first one we ever started with was called Calm. It's magnesium. And you can drink this at night. You just put, and I don't think you can really superly overdo it. It's 2 teaspoons. So you mix it in some water and you drink it. If you want to know a way that you're going to know if you need some electrolytes, you're probably going to jolt out of bed in the middle of the night because you've got cramps in your legs. Your body's utilizing them. It's flushing them out. You have to replenish them. So like we put Himalayan salt on all of our food. Don't be afraid to use this. This replenishes that. Grab some magnesium. If there's an electrolyte that you love, you should share it because there are so many out there. My daughter's taking one of my other daughters that we got tested for she's taking a magnesium calcium one. This was actually given to us by an actual nutritionist. This is what it's called. I don't even know. There's a whole bunch of them. And then this one I don't know if I really love. I haven't done any research on it, but we had got this sent to us. It's called these Nun tablets. Has anybody seen these before? Comes in like a bazillion different flavors, and I truly haven't opened them. I haven't even looked at them. So electrolytes. Oh, there's one more. There's one that my husband really likes, and then one of my good friends, she actually did some research on this, and she thinks these ones are the best ones. They're called Light Show. They're a little bit more expensive, but they don't taste the greatest. They actually taste kind of yucky, but if you mix it with something, like I put this in my Keto-OS. So those are all great. If you're going to be in strict ketosis, yes, you're going to have to add some electrolytes in it. So, and then lastly, I got asked about pregnancy all the time. So again, I didn't eat this way when I was pregnant. I ate terrible. I really did. I feel terrible for doing that. But I know a lot of friends and family who have eaten low carb, who do the strict keto diet on pregnancy. I always just say, hey, I'm not a doctor, so maybe you should talk to your doctor and make sure they know that. Do people take this when they're pregnant? Yes, my sister did. She just had a baby. You can take caffeine or caffeine-free, and you could do a half a pack. And just make sure you obviously, when I was pregnant, they always told me to take my multivitamin. If you want to make sure your milk supply stays up, drink plenty of water. If you're eating keto and high fat, you probably might feel like skipping a meal. Don't skip a meal because you need to make sure you don't lose your milk. So I think that's all I've got. I like to keep these pretty short, but I hope that was helpful. If you've got other questions, please let me know. I would be glad to answer them or help answer them or direct you to some type of research that can help you. So I hope you have a great day and share whatever input you have, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for hopping on, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.